Hi everyone, welcome back to the IT and Psychology YouTube channel. Today we are going to be starting with the second chapter of Psychology 12th grade, that is Intelligence. Here we start out with the units given to us that comprise of the topics we are going to be learning in this chapter. Then the learning objectives that gives us a proper overview of the topics we are learning ahead. Here we start with Unit 2.1 Introduction. If you are asked to choose only one of the three options, the first one being lot of money, second one being good looks, and third one being intelligence, which one will you choose and why will you choose it? Probably majority of you will choose intelligence, as intelligence is essential for getting success in examinations, participating in various competitions, taking decisions, getting job and money and so on. Now let us see what psychologists say about this attribute of human beings. Intelligence is a unique and the highest attribute of human species, because of which human is proved to be supreme today. Humans have achieved new horizons of progress by using the gift of intelligence. Here we have been given with an activity. Please discuss this activity with your friends so that you can get a much more efficient idea about this activity. So here, by reading the sentences given in the above box, you must have started thinking about the nature of intelligence. What intelligence is in reality is unveiled in this chapter. Intelligence means a capacity to understand the world, think rationally, and use available resources effectively when faced with challenges. Different psychologists have defined intelligence in different ways depending upon their perspectives. Some of the definitions of intelligence are as follows. According to Lewis Terman, an ability to think of an abstract level, on an abstract level is called intelligence. According to David Westlester, sorry if I'm pronouncing this wrong, intelligence is the aggregate or global capacity of an individual to act purposefully, to think rationally, and to deal effectively with with his environment. Here we continue to Unit 2.2 Perspectives on Intelligence. Many psychologists believe that intelligence is a single global ability. On the other hand, many other psychologists believe that intelligence encompasses several different abilities. These two main perspectives on intelligence are as follows. Part 1 being intelligence as a single general ability. Psychologists who believe in the unitary notion of intelligence explain the only functions of intelligence take different forms, but basically it is the same ability. Alfred Binet, Lewis Terman, David I'm sorry, I can't pronounce this, believed that intelligence is a single entity. Point number 2, intelligence is a set of multiple abilities. As a set of multiple abilities. Psychologists like E.L. Thorndike, Lewis Thurstone, Charles Spearman, etc. came up with the notion that multiple abilities are involved in intelligence. This perspective on intelligence is explained in the following table. Here we have been given boxes explaining different virtues of different psychologists around the world. E.L. Thorndike. E.L. Thorndike put forth three independent abilities that can be called intelligence. These abilities are the first one being abstract intelligence, the second one being social intelligence, and the third one being concrete intelligence. Then we continue to Lewis Thurstone. Lewis Thurstone proposed seven primary abilities, each, each independent of the other, that can be called intelligence. These seven primary abilities are verbal comprehension, the second one being word fluency, third one being number facility, the fourth one being spatial visualization, the fifth one being associative memory, sixth one being perceptual speed, and the seventh one reasoning. Louis Thurstone also devised the test to measure these abilities. Then we continue to the third box, Charles Spearman. In 1927, Charles Spearman, with the help of statistical method called factor analysis, separated and identified two different factors of intelligence. The first one being general factor and the second one specific factor. According to him, general factor is the minimum competence required to carry out daily work, whereas specific factor includes abilities which are required to solve problems in specific areas. Then we continue to our fourth box, that is Raymond Cattell and John Horn. Raymond Cattell with his student John Horn proposed a theory of intelligence explaining two types of intelligence. The first one being fluid intelligence and the second one being crystallized intelligence. According to him, fluid intelligence is independent on neurological development and it is relatively free from the influences of learning and experiences. However, crystallized intelligence is not dependent on one's neurological development and it is a function of one's educational attainment, acquired experiences, and stock of knowledge. Then we continue to a fifth box, that is Howard Gardner. Howard Gardner, in his theory of multiple intelligence, asserted that there are 9 independent types of intelligence that grow and develop differently in different people, depending upon the individual's heredity, characteristics, or environmental experiences. These 9 types of intelligence are linguistic intelligence, logical, mathematical intelligence, spatial intelligence, musical intelligence, bodily kinesthetic intelligence, interpersonal intelligence, and intrapersonal intelligence, naturalistic intelligence, and existential intelligence. So here we have learned 9 intelligences. Then we continue to 2.3 measurement of intelligence. 2.3.1 history of measurement of intelligence. Paul Broca and Sir Francis Galton were among the first scientists to think about measuring intelligence. In mid-1880s, Sir Francis Galton administered a battery of tests measuring variables such as head size, reaction time, visual accuracy, auditory threshold, breathing capacity, etc. He thought he could determine intelligence by measuring the size of the human skull. He assumed that larger the skull, the smarter the person. But Sir Francis Galton's test did not prove very useful for the measurement of intelligence. In the early 1890s, Raymond Cattell, an assistant in Sir Francis Galton's laboratory, established similar laboratories in the United States. During this time, Raymond Cattell used the term mental test for the first time in the psychological literature. Raymond Cattell shared Sir Francis Galton's view that intelligence is best measured through sensory tasks, but expanded his mentor's ideas by emphasizing that test administration must be standardized so that results are comparable from person to person and from time to time. Here, in the beginning of the 20th century, the school authorities in Paris were keenly interested in knowing the reasons for repeated failure of certain students in the examination, as no medical reason or any environment factor was found to be associated with their failure. The result was the Binet-Simon intelligence scale. In collaboration with Theodore Simon, French psychologist Alfred Binet published the first scale of intelligence in 1905. So Alfred Binet is considered as the father of intelligence test. Binet's Simon intelligence scale consists of several components such as logical reasoning, finding rhyming words and naming objects. This scale was revised in 1908 and again in 1911. Lewis Terman from Stanford University revised the Binet-Simon intelligence scale in 1916. He adapted few items, added other items, established new age norms, and extended the upper age limit of the scale. This revised test was known as Stanford Binet test. This test was revised in 1937, 1960, 1972, 1986, and 2004. The First World War began in 1914. Later on, in 1917, Robert Yerkes, with the help of his colleagues, prepared Army Alpha and Army Beta intelligence tests. These intelligence tests were used while recruiting soldiers in the army. In the post-First World War period, the importance of intelligence testing increased. In 1939, during the Second World War, again while recruiting soldiers in the army, an intelligence test named as Army General Classification Test was used on a large scale. David, I'm sorry I cannot pronounce this last name, in 1939 published the Bellevue Intelligence Scale. This scale was revised in 1955 and was renamed as uh, the last name of Mr. David Adult Intelligence Scale, WAIS. WAIS is a test designed to measure intelligence of adults and older adolescents. The fourth edition of the test, WAIS, the fourth, was released in 2008 by Carl Pearson. David Wechsler also developed an intelligence test to measure the intelligence of children. This test is known as Wechsler Intelligence Scale for Children, WISC. Please pardon the pronunciation. In the end, no one is going to ask you for the pronunciation in the boards. You have to write it. So do not mind if anyone tells you that your pronunciation is wrong. Besides these tests, many other psychologists have developed various intelligence tests. The number of intelligence tests and applications of intelligence testing are increasing day by day. So here we start with unit 2.3.2, concepts related to measurement of intelligence. The first pointer here being mental age. The concept of mental age was introduced by Alfred Binet. He assumed that mental development need not correspond to chronological age. He devised a test comprising of items specified for different age group levels and measured mental age of various people. Mental age can be defined as the age at which individuals perform successfully on all items on the test prepared for that age. The concept of mental age is explained with the help of the following examples. So here a table has been given us comprising the data of mental age. This shows us difference between the chronological age and the mental age. So this will give you a better understanding of mental age. Just go through this data. Here we continue with the second pointer, intelligence quotient. The concept of intelligence quotient was introduced by the German psychologist William Stern in 1912 as a ratio of mental age MA to chronological age CA. Stern computed IQ by the formula. Later, Terman refined the formula of IQ by multiplying the ratio of MA and CA by 100. This formula is as follows. Intelligence quotient IQ equals to mental age MA divided by chronological age CA into 100. The concept of IQ is explained with the help of the following data. So here a table has been given us comprising of the mental age of some different individuals and the chronological age of theirs. just use the formula and just verify the answers here so that you can get to know the use of this formula of intelligence quotient. Here we continue to activity 2. Please discuss this with your friends and you will get a better refined and efficient answer for these activities. Here we continue to unit 2.4 types of intelligence tests. Uh, Today we are going to be stopping here. Thank you for watching. You've been a lovely audience. Please like, share and subscribe. And if you want to support the channel, follow me on Patreon by the link given in the description. And if you have any doubts pertaining the topics taught in this video, you can contact me on the group for doubts on Telegram, whose link has been given in the description. And if you want a detailed PDF pertaining the 25% syllabus reduction in psychology, you can contact me on that platform as well. And I have made a detailed video on the reduced syllabus of psychology and IT. You will find the links in the description. Thanks for watching.